Let's get one thing straight. Childhood abuse is a very serious thing, and watching a simple YouTube video isn't going to make this traumatic experience disappear. While we try our best here at Psych2Go, we definitely don't claim to have all the answers. That being said, the entire psychological world is working extremely hard to help by identifying side effects, causes, and proper ways to cope with childhood abuse. In 2019, healthcare professionals are developing some pretty groundbreaking methods, so let's shine a light on their hard work. Part 1. Different methods for each person. If there's one thing that researchers have discovered after all these years, it's that one size definitely does not fit all. Trying to create a universal approach for every person who has experienced child abuse is ineffective, because everyone is different. According to the new school of thought, treatment should be tailored to each individual's experiences and personality. Therapists are also careful not to make assumptions or broad generalizations. 2. Find a good listener. It always helps to find a good listener. Please remember that you're never alone and there is always someone who is willing to listen. Another modern technique is called component-based psychotherapy, and it encourages therapists to simply sit back and listen. In this extremely passive approach, therapists don't express much emotion as they hear stories of childhood abuse. They're simply acting as an audience. Even though they might want to express emotional support or remorse, studies show this can sometimes backfire as it influences the patient's train of thought. Part 3. Don't shut out your emotions. One of the biggest challenges associated with childhood trauma is something called clinical disassociation. This is when people shut down emotionally, space out, and feel numb. In some cases, we might even suppress certain emotions and memories. Sometimes we do this on a subconscious level, and that's why it poses such a challenge for therapists. We train ourselves to subdue and suppress these emotions when we should be accepting the pain, hardship, and trauma. Of course, this is easier said than done, and this process can be quite the journey. But with the help of healthcare professionals, this healing seems a lot less daunting. Part 4. Release anger through exercise. Those dealing with childhood abuse may feel intense anger, often due to various reasons linked to their trauma. This anger can also be buried deep within their psyches, only to be released when certain words are said or things are done to us. However, when we suppress our anger, we run the risk of releasing that rage in unhealthy ways, threatening the safety of ourselves and possibly the ones we love. Sometimes clinical treatment isn't enough to release this anger. One study addressed this issue and found that rigorous exercise could be a possible solution, as well as meditation and yoga. Part 5. Biofeedback therapy. Another interesting method used by therapists today is biofeedback therapy. This is when patients learn how to control things like their heart rate, muscle tension, and blood pressure with only their mind. Typically, patients are connected with electrodes and monitored by therapists. Through trial and error, they learn which relaxation methods work best for them. Studies show this method works best as an intermediate stage before psychotherapy. Part 6. Breathing exercises. Although this might seem like a simple fix, simple breathing exercises provide immense relief to those dealing with childhood abuse, PTSD, and anxiety. There are many special breathing exercises that you can try to help with relaxation. Although this might not provide the same level of treatment as a professional therapist, it could be a good start, especially if you're not ready for therapy or you don't have the means to afford consistent therapy sessions. There's even something called music therapy, which uses music to help with breathing and relaxation. This method of therapy is proven to improve heart rates, reduce anxiety, stimulate the brain, and improve learning. Once again, this simple YouTube channel won't be enough for something as serious as childhood abuse. But nonetheless, we hope that the strategies we've provided give you a starting point in your road to recovery. Thanks for watching.